One Piece, one of the most successful mangas of all time. It has already gained the status of one of the greats in quality and consistency as well, as the manga has over 850 chapters, yet the universe keeps expanding. Hundreds of characters have been introduced and still do, and it only gets deeper. The manga was accompanied with an anime counterpart for almost as long as it existed, and it too is considered to be great. The anime had its ups and downs along the way, but it also kept a consistent level of quality until it didn't. And that's what we're here for today, to discuss the relatively recent fall of the One Piece anime. Now, of course, this subject is subjected to my opinion, which you do not have to agree with, by the way. And because of it, I will also detail my experience of watching One Piece. So, I started watching One Piece roughly 3 years ago after a friend recommended it to me. And it was a commitment, but I gladly took it. I liked the series from the very beginning. I also really liked the animation style. I felt like the studio knew the animation budget was low, but instead of selling for a bad look, the series adapted a style of its own. I really got hooked while watching the Arlong Park arc. It had such fantastic fights and really set the tone for the early stages of the series. Going forward, the anime really kept staying strong with no memorable weak moments or times. Another high was hit in the Water 7 arc. Animation improved drastically, which was fantastic, and of course, the story. And the anime kept staying very strong until I got to Fishman Island. That felt a bit slow. It was still pretty good though. Same goes for Punk Hazard, good but slow. Episode 627 symbolizes a personal milestone for me. The second episode in a small filler arc, a bridge filler arc between Punk Hazard and Dressrosa. It was the first episode I watched on pace with the series. I finally caught up. I binge watched 626 episodes in about 5 months. From now on, I watched weekly, and it came exactly at the worst time it possibly could have, the Dressrosa arc. About 125 episodes. At the pace I watched the series up to that point, it could have taken me roughly a month to binge, but I was past that point. 125 weeks is almost 2.5 years. 2.5 years. Dressrosa was long, extremely long, and here comes the first problem with the anime since the time skip: pace. Before time skip, the anime progressed at a normal pace, which we can translate from chapter to episode ratio. Chapter in the manga, episode in the anime. The Alabasta arc, the first long arc that worked in the story formula of One Piece, had a ratio of 1.6 episodes for every chapter, which means it progressed 1.6 times faster than the manga, which makes sense because 17 minutes of animation have more content than 19 pages of comic. Skypiea had a ratio of 1.4 episodes per chapter. Water 7 a ratio of 1.16 episodes per chapter. You might notice that the ratio is getting lower, but don't forget fillers are accounted as well. Fillers are not necessarily bad, especially in One Piece where most fillers are decent. Also, the job of fillers is to space out the gap between the manga and the anime, make the ratio of canon better. Water 7's ratio without filler is 1.26 episodes per chapter. Thrill Bark's ratio without filler is 1.09 episodes per chapter. Summit Wars ratio is 0.97 episodes per chapter. It is very easy to notice that with every arc, less and less content is filling each episode, less pages of manga for each episode. Fishman Island has a ratio of 0.96 episodes per chapter. Punk Hazard 0.97 episode for every chapter. Dressrosa. Dressrosa is the first arc to really drop the ball. The few arcs that came before it scraped the 1 episode per chapter mark. Dressrosa in 1 episode covers 0.86 chapters. That means 86% from a 20-page comic. Not a lot. The pacing of Dressrosa was miserable. Zoe had a ratio of 0.8 episodes per chapter. It was less felt though, since Zoe lasted about half a year, while airing Dressrosa again 2.5 years. So problem number one. One Piece is moving slowly, very, very slowly. What makes it less tolerable is the wait. A whole week until the next episode, which will cover very little content, and you know it. The next problem is smaller, but still it is. As I said earlier, One Piece always didn't have top-notch animation, and that is to be expected. It is a very long-running shonen, but as I also said earlier, the early One Piece animation had a charming style. When it reached Enies Lobby, the animation got to a peak that it kept until the end of the time skip. From Fishman Island to the end of Punk Hazard, the animation was decent, although the style really changed. Since Dressrosa began, there is no excuses for it. It is simply bad. The whole point of an anime is to watch the world come alive. If the animation is so bad like it is now, it simply damages the experience. So, I talked about the problems, so here are my suggestions for a solution. First, the pacing problem. It is not ideal, but you can not watch One Piece for a year and then binge 50 episodes in 2 weeks. From my experience, watching the One Piece anime is much more fun that way. It is simply a lot more fun to watch a bunch of episodes while binging than to watch very little content weekly. But the best solution, in my opinion, for both problems is reading the manga. Unlike the anime, it is really flawless. No pace problems, the story is consistent, the art is always fantastic. It is honestly the better way to consume One Piece in my opinion, with no connection to it being the source or the canon. Of course, I know it is not fitting for everybody to read the manga, and for most people it is simply much easier to consume the medium in anime form. Simply watching it is easier than reading it. But I really do think the manga is much more superior to the anime, and right now, sadly, the anime is very, very flawed. And for the present of the anime, right now, there is an upcoming filler arc after Zoe. I really hope that it will space out the anime and really make the gap between the anime and the manga bigger, so we could get better canon arcs in the future. And honestly, I really think I will try that myself. That being not watching the anime for a lot of weeks, then binge watching all the episodes I missed. Anyways, that is my opinion, and it is important for me to say that in no point in the video am I saying that the world of One Piece and anything like that is bad. I'm a huge fan of One Piece. I really love it. I just think that the anime has some big problems right now, and I just wanted to point them out. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. If you like this video, please click on the like button. If you have anything to add or say, you're welcome to in the comment section down below. If you like my videos, please consider subscribing to my channel. So yeah, thank you again for watching, and see you on my next video.